What's up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random, and today we are back with another collective reading. We might as well call it Collective Reading Fridays at this point. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you didn't watch last week's collective reading, it's somewhere over there. Go ahead and check it out if that interests you. But today we're talking about the Haunted Tarot Spread. Now this tarot spread was created by Evvie, Marin, and their website is in tarotbangtarot.com. Now I haven't checked this website. I don't know if it's still up and running, but I found this spread online and I thought, yes, we're gonna do it today for our little Halloween special of reading these cards. Again, it's the Haunted Tarot Spread. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. So as you can see, it's for resting, which haunts and soothes fear and anxiety. So we're doing a little bit of shadow work. Now, if anything, now my name should be Shadow Work Unitedly Random, okay, at this point, because I love to work on the dark parts of ourselves, and I think I'm just really focusing on something that I need. So before we get into the reading, which I'm using Autumn's Delights from V Love and Crystals, and I am also using Rider-Waite tarot cards, and then I'm also using the Witch's World tarot cards. Before we get into that, I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys that I am drinking fair trade tea, black tea in my little muggy mug today. So if you have some black tea, go ahead and brew it so we can slurpy slurp together, okay? And I will see you in the reading.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And we are back. I want to go ahead and ask you guys how you're doing. And we're going to go ahead and jump on into the reading. Now, you know we use our Rider-Waite cards always. I'm still trying to get to learn them. But you know what? After a couple of these general readings or collective readings, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it one of these days. I'm really focusing on it nowadays. So for the Haunted Tarot Spread, the first two cards are talking about what follows me, how to leave it behind, okay? What follows me and how to leave it behind. What follows me, what follows the collective and how to leave it behind. What follows the collective and how to leave it behind. What follows the collective and how to leave it behind. Oh, we got two cards. We got the Hermit and the Queen of Wands. The Hermit and the Queen of Wands. And I'm going to go ahead and pull whichever deck, either the Witch's World or Autumn's Delights, that calls to me. What follows me and how to leave it behind. I'm going with the Autumn's Delight. Okay? Clarify these two cards for me. Clarify these two cards for me. What follows me and how to leave it behind. What follows the, ooh, this one flipped around. I don't know if y'all can see it. I need to make sure I'm in front of the camera while I'm flipping. And then we have the Home card, which I have actually never seen this card before. Like, I've seen it, I've had to seen it, because I went through a while back and took a picture of, I believe, every single one of these cards for a meditation, guided meditation, where you just pause and you take that word with you. I'm not sure if it was this deck or not, though. But we have the Hermit. What follows you and how to leave it behind. And the Hermit is right in front of the Queen of Wands, okay? The Queen of Wands is actually in reverse. So what is this telling me? So the Hermit card. Two words come out, right? What follows you? Being stuck in solidarity. Being stuck in trying to find your way alone. Being stuck and trying to look for the light alone. It's giving me very much energy about not looking at what the universe can give you, being stuck in trying to find all the answers by yourself. And then that is highlighted by the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? So the Queen of Wands, how to leave it behind. The Queen of Wands is a passionate energy. Along with the black cat, it's showing that we have a touch on our feminine side. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. With the black cat, it's saying that we know we have a little touch of the secrets. We have a little touch of we know how to balance ourselves. The Queen of Wands with the sunflower in her hand. Now, sunflowers, if you guys don't know, this is like my favorite fact about sunflowers, and I don't even know if it's a real fact. I just know that I watched it in a movie. They said it. I think I researched it, and they were like, yeah, that's true. But sunflowers can actually help heal the earth. So it sucks up the chemicals out of the soil. So that's very much healing energy. And if we're asking how to leave it behind, specifically this moment of being within yourself, this moment of being in your hermit mode and kind of just going your own path, to leave that behind, you have to pretty much step into this role of being your Queen of Wands. You step into this role, matter of fact, because Queen of Wands is in reverse, you step into this role of being the opposite of Queen of Wands. So when I think of Queen of Wands, I think of this fiery, energetic woman, powerful, and she knows that she's powerful, and she's gonna go get what she wants, and she's very forceful. I'm sorry about the train in the background. And I think to really step into the energy, to soothe your fear and your anxiety, you have to allow yourself to know that you don't always have to do it alone. With home, it's giving me the feeling that possibly you're trying to make home by yourself. You might be a single parent, or you might be you might have an estranged relationship with your family. This kind of gives me a feeling that, like, there are people in your, not everyone, you know, you left a certain family behind for a reason, but there are people in your family that can offer the support that you thought you would never get from people in your family. And let me go ahead and pick up that home card and show it off to you guys. Okay, and that is the home card so far. So what follows you and how to leave it behind? What follows you is the desire to be alone, the desire to go on your own and figure out life all alone. And how to leave it behind, you have to step into not always being that go-getter, which it sounds twisted, but by putting yourself in the position that you always have to be the go-getter, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You're creating this bad feeling. You're creating the anxiety is what I'm picking up on, because you're afraid, because you want to be able to get it and you want to be able to get it done really quickly, and you're afraid of having to rely on other people. But that's the thing. When you go home, you're not going to be alone. If that makes any sense. When you reach the end of your journey, you didn't reach the end of your journey alone. It's a collective, which is why, you know, I feel like this is something that we need to address collectively. You have to find your group. You have to find your people. You have to search for your group and your people, because at the end of the day, you're not the only one. You're not the only one that is going through these things. Maybe we should start a little group. We should start a little group, support group, because through that we can, like, communicate with each other a little bit more. But definitely I'm feeling that you're finding your, what do they call it? You're finding your group, okay? You know what I mean, your group. You're finding your group. I'm gonna go on to the next one. And I'm I'm going to take a little breath and take a little sip of my tea before I go on to the next one. Because when cards are like this, I kind of get a little flabbergasted. I'm like, how do I explain it when I have words on the tip of my tongue? How do I let you guys know the words on the tip of my tongue? Okay, let's go on to what troubles me and how to resolve it. Okay, and I'm gonna specifically do it one at a time. So what troubles me? What troubles me? What troubles the collective? What troubles the collective? Okay, and how to resolve what troubles the collective. How to resolve what troubles the collective. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and add an Autumn's Delight card. No, I'll do Witch's World. I'll do Witch's World, Autumn's Delight, Witch's World, okay? Clarify both of these cards for me. Give me 1 second. This one's trying to come off, but clarify both of these cards for me. And we got a card that really fell out, okay? And let's get into this, okay? So what troubles me? We have the 6, 7, 8, 8 of Wands. Everything is happening too fast. Everything is forcing you to keep going. Everything seems, you have a lot of chaotic energy surrounding you right now. A lot of wants, a lot of desires. People are asking for a lot from you, is what I'm picking up on. So as it troubles you is, you know, we're talking about fears and anxieties. It's just too much going on for you right now. And maybe you're even asking yourself, can I handle this? Like, I asked for it. In some cases, some of these things are things that you're manifesting, but you didn't expect for it to happen in the way that it's unfolding, and therefore it's making you a little nervous. Like, this success, can I handle this success so soon? Or maybe even, can I handle, I saw home. Are you thinking about buying a new home or something like that? Moving home? Can I handle having a home all to myself right now? And let's look at how to resolve it. And we have the Page of Swords. So when we think about Swords energy, we're thinking about the mind energy. We're thinking about thoughts. We're thinking about an intellect. We're thinking, okay? We're really thinking. And when we say how to resolve this, I think that you need to stop down talking to yourself. You need to stop thinking of, oh, what if I can't possibly control this? Or what if this and what if that? You need to wield your thoughts as if they are a weapon, okay? And if you are thinking negative things, that is a weapon against you. If you're thinking positive things, that is a weapon for you. So you need to step into the energy of using your thoughts as a weapon for you. Continue to manifest this greatness. You might be a little unsure, but you manifest, well, these words that I'm speaking, or, well, this house that I'm going to get, everything's going to work out and I'm going to be able to handle everything and this and this and that. And then to clarify both of these cards, we have full moon. The full moon harvest card, which the full moon actually just passed for me. I think the full moon passed at 10:10 or so, or 10:11. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm recording back then. So based off of that, how to resolve it and what troubles you is you're troubled by this harvest coming into your life. You're troubled by your manifestations actually coming into your life. You're troubled by the things that you want. They're starting to happen, and they're starting to happen pretty quickly. And that's making you anxious. Can I handle what I manifested? Did you ask yourself, can I handle what I manifested when you were manifesting it? I hope not, possibly not, because if you were questioning yourself along the way, it would have never necessarily happened for you. So we're at this point where how you're going to resolve it is, first of all, get your thoughts in alignment, okay? It's what you manifested. You have to be aware of how your thoughts are lingering on the bad things. And also, it's giving you the feeling that when things finally step into your, like it steps into your reality, you reach a harvest mode. That is when you're really going to be able to resolve it by stepping into these things happen for me, and I am thankful for these things. Now, I'm not the type to be like, oh, this bad thing happened for a reason and stuff like that. But I'm also the type that's, you're gonna have to reframe it in your mind if something bad happened. Like, let's say you and your partner just broke up, right? It's not necessarily good. I mean, you might feel hurt about the relationship. If the relationship went on for a while, you might feel hurt that the relationship reached an end. You might feel the emptiness of that person not being there, right? But through that feeling of emptiness and through that feeling of hurt, what are the good things, right? You can't just think, well, this person left me, or I left this person and I'm hurting. You have to think, well, now I have more freedom. Now I can work on this. Now I can do this, right? You're reframing in your mind. It doesn't take away the hurt, but it puts you in a place where you can find more abundance through pain, right? So we're gonna go on to what keeps me up at night and how to rest easier. Give me a moment. And again, I'm gonna take a little slurpy slurp, a little slurpy slurp of my tea just to ground myself. And what keeps me up at night? Okay, what keeps the collective up at night? What keeps the collective up at night? What keeps the collective up at night? What keeps the collective? What keeps me? Ooh. We got two things coming out of what's keeping you up at night, okay? And how to rest easier. How do we rest easier? How do we rest easier? How do we rest easier? Okay. And how do we rest easier? So I'm going to look at the first two cards and then I'm going to clarify with whichever card really pops out to me. I'm on the fence. Is it going to be Autumn's Delight or Witch's World right now? So what keeps me up at night? We have the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, and then we also have the Seven of Swords. Five of Wands, conflict, stressors, conflicts between other people, conflicts between passions, conflicts between drive, and then also the energy comes back of wanting to do things all by yourself, putting a lot of burdens on yourself. And with source energy, that's really mental energy for me. That's really, it's in your head. And I think that you want a lot from yourself and you're putting a lot of pressures on yourself. Both of these things, oh, am I lisping right now? Both of these things are really keeping you up at night. It's not just you, it's the people around you. It's not just you, it's the differences between passion, the difference between drive of you and the people around you, or it's even within yourself. You know, some days you're very active and you're like, yes, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go get this, I'm gonna go achieve these things. And some days you just feel blah, and that's the only way to really put it. You just feel blah and you don't know what you really want to do that day, and next thing you know, a week goes by and nothing gets done, right? and giving those times, I feel that you start to beat yourself up. You start to say, well, I have to carry all of these knives alone. I have to go back and pick up those 2 knives, or I'm missing out. It's the fear of missing out. It's like these times where you don't get anything done and you feel blah, you don't necessarily beat yourself up in those times. But then after those times have passed and you're having more motivation, now you're telling yourself, I have to go back and catch up now. I have to go back and make everything right. I missed out and now this, and I missed out and that. And you're beating yourself up, and it's like, for what? Why are you beating yourself up? When you stopped for a rest, you needed that rest. When you paused for that moment, you needed to pause for that moment. You can't go back and change the times, okay? You can't go back and change the rest period that you had to take, okay? But you can step into the energy of accepting what's new that is coming into your life. You can step into the energy of, okay, I'm thankful and I'm headed in the right direction, right? Without beating yourself up, because your thoughts are very powerful. Now, if we go ahead and look at how to rest easier, we have the Sun card. Now, every time I see the Sun card, I start talking about inner healing. I start talking about letting your inner child out, going after what enjoys you, what you enjoy, and going after what makes you smile and what makes you feel powerful. Let me pick that up and let you see it. With the Sun card and this being how to rest easier, know that your abundance is coming soon. Know that once you step into your inner child energy, once you heal or work on your inner child, and you might say, I've been working on my inner child this entire time. Well, as long as you just keep going down this path of working on yourself and allowing your inner child to find something fun every single day, do something that makes you smile every single day, you will learn to rest easier. If every day you do something that makes you smile, every day feels worthwhile. And I think that that's something that you're missing out on. You're not smiling every day, and so therefore every day kind of feels like a chore to you in this moment. So really stepping into that energy. Earlier with the Queen of Wands, I pointed out that the sunflowers, they kind of suck up all the toxicity inside of the soil. Sunflowers are magical, right? It might sound silly, but sunflowers are magical. Sucking up all that toxicity in the soil. You can still eat the sunflower after it does that. It's still a grain that you can partake in after it clears the soil. It's really giving me the feeling that your good days are coming. Your happiness is coming, and sometimes you just have to move slowly. Sometimes you just have to stop and feel the not good feelings. Sometimes you just have to pause and feel stuck for a little while, because during those times where you feel the most stuck, during those times where you feel that you've paused and you don't know when you're gonna step forward again, those are the times that the universe is sending you healing energy, even if you can't necessarily feel it, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and use the Autumn Delights card to clarify this, because we got intrusion in reverse. And then we also have another card. So I'm going to look at the we got multiple cards. So the Five of Wands is clarified by the intrusion. The Seven of Swords is clarified by pleasure. And the Sun card is clarified by ritual. No. We're going to change this around. We're going to shift some energy. Let me push this up. We're gonna shift some energy, because I can see intrusion behind the Five of Wands, but ritual is what I see behind the Seven of Swords. And for the Sun, I see pleasure, okay? So let me pick them both up so you can see them. So intrusion, intrusive thoughts, intrusive thought patterns, the difference between the desire to do something and the desire to step back. And it feels intrusive sometimes. Sometimes you're running, and you feel good, and out of nowhere, you fall down. Out of nowhere, you feel this nasty feeling that holds you back from what you really want to be, and it feels intrusive, but know that it's actually there for a reason. And with the Seven of Swords in the Rituals card, you know how earlier I said you keep thinking that after you come back you have to catch up, you have to do this and do that. I think that there has been multiple patterns in which you run, and then you go out of breath, and then you're waiting there, and you're like, okay, now I gotta run as hard as I can again. Instead, we're asking to break that ritual, okay? Break that ritual of, okay, I paused for a moment, now I gotta hit the ground running. Instead, I paused for that moment. I had that burnout moment for a reason. Why? Because every time you have that burnout moment, you turn around and you hit the ground running. Start a little bit slower. Start slower and slowly make your way back into the run of things, into the race of life. That's something that I did. Okay, so personal story time. That's something I did with my YouTube channel. Like, if you guys see how I post on my channel, I would go and then I would stop, and then I'd go and then I'd stop, right? I started pre-recording things. I started making the time to set out to pre-record things, and it's working wonders for me. I've been posting so far every single day the month of October. I have been posting every single day. And like last month, I was posting quite often as well. And like last month, I didn't just jump in and I was like, every single day I'm gonna have a video out. Last month, I was like, I'm gonna take it slow and I'm gonna pre-record these videos, but I'm gonna prepare myself. And this month, I haven't had too many hiccups. I did have a moment where I just went into my shadow moment, and I was just like, I don't wanna do anything. And I had to rely on Stu to help me a little bit more. But you guys wouldn't have known that unless I told you. And it's because I set myself up, instead of beating myself up, to have videos ready every single day. And I'm smiling because I'm just like, wow, we're really doing something. We're really getting there. But again, how to rest easier. Step into pleasure every single day. That is what you need to hear on how what keeps you up at night and how to rest easier. And now we're gonna go ahead and step into what frightens you, what frightens the collective, and how to face it. Okay, so what frightens the collective? What frightens the collective? Oh, the collective must be really scary because this thing popped out quick. And how to face what frightens the collective? Okay. And I'm definitely going with the Witch's World. Clarify this real quick, Witch's World. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, communication. What y'all got with, what problem do you guys have with communication? Y'all can't even see the card. It's the bell. It came out. What problem do you guys have with communication? Let's pause for a moment. You gotta communicate. You can't hold your feelings in and think that people are gonna read your mind. You know, I tried. I truly tried. Strength. You're strong enough to be able to do these communications that you want. You're strong enough to be able to gain what you want through communicating. Even if you don't feel like it. I don't know if you're a little bit of a shyer person, but baby, please communicate. Please communicate. You got me wanting to pull out the Autumn's Delight as well. Let me see. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that, you guys. Clarify communication and strength for me, Autumn's Delight. Clarify communication and strength for me. Fidelity. Okay, I feel like that's a message to someone. Someone's wondering if people are being faithful. You're going to have that conversation. Hey, I've been noticing you doing certain things. Let me make sure. Do you do that? And do you know that if I found out about, like, are you being right by me? That's one of the things that I'm picking up on. You're wondering if someone's doing right by you, if someone's being honest and loyal to you, if someone is telling you the truth, if someone is faithful to the cause, to the belief, to you. Okay? And that's just for at least one person out here. You've been thinking about talking to someone about, hey, you need to check yourself. Or not even like like we don't have to be aggressive with it, but hey, you need to make sure that I'm not feeling like you're not being faithful to me, okay? Because I feel like you're not being faithful to me with certain actions that you're taking. You need to have that conversation with them. You're afraid of either someone not necessarily faithful to you, or they're not necessarily who they say they are. They're not even necessarily faithful to themselves. So you're afraid of that energy. You don't like it, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. Someone out there. And I hope that through having that conversation with your lover, you do find that answer that you need. Give me another one for the collective. What's frightening them? How to face it? Clarify these cards. What's going on? And we got rebirth. So fidelity and rebirth. I think that you're stepping into this energy of changing yourself. You're stepping into this energy where you have to leave yourself behind. For some people, when we say fidelity, it's not just fidelity in a relationship. It's you feel like you're not being true to yourself by this growth, by this change. But in actuality, that's how you be more truthful to yourself, by growing, by changing. Because there's some part of you, some part of your soul that is looking forward to this growth, looking forward to this change. And then we have what frightens you. And we have the 6, 7, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You're afraid of the hard work. You're afraid that this is going to take a while. You're afraid that the money's going to take a while to come in when you follow that dream, when you follow that passion. You're afraid that I'm going to have to work really hard, and I don't necessarily have the time nor the energy to really put in that work, to really learn my craft, to really become that better person that I can see, but I don't know how to be, okay? And to that we say, you have the strength. You have the strength to do this. You have the power to do this. You can do this. And how to face this, energy. With the King of Cups. The King of Cups really takes me back to the communication card. The King of Cups, he's sitting on his pedestal while everything is going crazy behind him. You see the ships are coming in and things are wavy, topsy-turvy, okay? To step into your King of Cups energy, you're going to have to get some type of control over your emotional points. You're going to have to get some type of control over your creativity. It's not enough just to be creative. It's what you do with that creativity that really matters. And you're going to have to start planning things out. Definitely a lot of planning energy. You can't continue to stay in this area where you're thinking about the crazy seas behind you. You have to plan for the future. You see that King of Cups? He's not looking around his feet wondering if he's about to fall into the ocean. He's looking forward. Because just like how the ocean is crazy right now, the ocean will be calm tomorrow. It's something that I'm picking up on. How to face it? You have to face it with a even disposition. You have to face it with a calm and centered heart. is what I'm picking up on. And you're gonna have to communicate, because you're gonna communicate your strength, and through communicating your strength and actually stepping into your strength. Now, when I say communicate your strength, I'm talking that I need some of y'all to be looking in the mirror and talking to yourself about how much you love yourself. Once you start communicating your strength, you step into that energy. Okay, that is it for this reading. Much love and positive vibes, and I hope to see you again later.